Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Nigeria is your home,
where life means so much.
You may live in the America.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Europe or Asia.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Far Eastern Africa.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Nigeria is your home,
the secret of Africa.
Yo, welcome back to the show with Max Kendricks, the political advisor to the U.S. Embassy here in Nigeria. I'm Issa Sago, and welcome to Nigeria television talk show. Mr. Kendricks, you know, Nigeria is naturally rich in cultural potentials in terms of festivals and costumes and all that. You must have seen a lot of Nigeria dressed in some kind of very flamboyant attire. What is your impression about it?
Oh, you know, I haven't had the chance to visit any of the major festivals outside of Abuja, though many of our colleagues here at the embassy have, and they've really enjoyed it. Some of the Durbars, for example. I did actually, on my way to a meeting last year, drive through part of the Abuja Carnival and got to see all of the costumes and clothing there, and working with some of my Nigerian colleagues to sort of try and identify who came from which region. And one of the things that springs to mind is sort of how much I almost wish that in the U.S. we would sometimes wear, very colorful, clothes for each region, and to show our own individual heritage. It's not actually that common. I think it's something that's really, really great.
And I also know that work every day, but after work, how do you relax?
Oh, yeah, well, we do work a lot here. After work, though, or on the weekends, normally like to get together with some friends, go to a nice restaurant. There's a number of good restaurants in and around Abuja, or go to a fish bar, or one of the performance clubs, like something like Blake's Resort, something like that, and to catch some good tunes and some good fish and some good beers with your friends.
We're bringing this program to an end, but again, if I may ask you, what is it about Nigeria that actually reminds you of home? And what is it, when you go back to the United States, you think will remind you of Nigeria?
Well, I think, as I said earlier, a big thing that really reminds me of home here in Nigeria is the cultural diversity. The United States and Nigeria, one of our strongest links is our shared cultural diversity, these sort of melting pot nations. So many different people, so many different backgrounds coming together in one place. Certainly that's very much the experience in New York and the experience that I had growing up. And it's interesting to see that, there are two countries, each diverse, but also in their own way. You wouldn't mistake Abuja for Washington, D.C., or Lagos for New York, but these are both very, very diverse places, and they're also similar as well. And this has been a truly remarkable 2 years that I've spent here, and unfortunately, I'm going to be wrapping it up. But I'm going to be remembering my time in Nigeria for the rest of my life, and very favorably. There have been some great people that I've had the chance to work with and meet, including yourself, and I've always treasure it.
Yeah. It's a pleasure having you. Welcome to Nigeria TV Talk Show. And most importantly, you're welcome to Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, this is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show with Max Kendricks, who's the political advisor to the U.S. Embassy here in Nigeria. This is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. Still stay with us. We're bringing you Deborah McClean. He's the press officer of the U.S. Embassy here in Nigeria. This is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Nigeria, the land of the people. Visit Nigeria, see for yourself the wonders of life, rich and simple, valued and free. Welcome to Nigeria.
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 Nigeria is your home,
where life means so much.
You may live in the America.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Europe or Asia.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Far Eastern Africa.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Nigeria is your home,
the secret of Africa.
Welcome welcome back to this program with Deborah McClean. Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show here at the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria. So, ma'am, what does Nigeria really mean to the U.S. and what do you think the U.S. sincerely mean to Nigeria in terms of politics, in terms of security and investment?
I would say that first and foremost, Nigeria is, if not the most important, certainly one of the most important strategic partners we have in the whole of the African continent and sub-Saharan Africa. So it is definitely something that we value as a very important strategic partner, our relationship that we have with Nigeria. That being said, we also look on an economic standpoint. There's a lot of trade. But that is one area that we think that Nigeria could be taking more advantage of opportunities that we provide for them.
Let's just take a break. We'll be back. You're welcome back to the show. Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. If you're just joining us, this is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. You can sponsor this program or you can contribute to this program through text messages or you can email us. I'm still your host, Issa Sago, in the U.S. Embassy with Deborah McClean. So, Deborah, let's look at the number of U.S. citizens living here in Nigeria. How many numbers are there here in Nigeria, U.S. citizens?
The last I have heard through American citizens that have registered with the embassy, so that way we know if anything happens, we can reach out to them, is something around 60,000 or so. But I'm sure there are many more than that, or dual citizen nationals, Nigerian and American citizens that are living here. I'm sure the number is far, far higher.
And let's look at your social life after work. You have a time, you have some opportunity to mingle with some Nigerians after work and all that. How do you rest?
How do I rest? I don't. No, I'm kidding. There's so much vibrancy here and things to do here. My husband and I really do enjoy, though, going out to the fish bars and even just enjoying a good piece of grilled fish while people watching, and it is always a very, very relaxing and entertaining pastime for us. And also going out to the falls to see some of the nature. We're hiking around some of the hills of Abuja.
In all of this experience, where in Nigeria have you really visited in terms of tourist attraction or festivals or places?
I would say that I've been fortunate enough to go down to Lagos and up to Kano a few times. And while I was in Kano, it was actually my very first trip up there that I was able to be part of a very special dedication for the refurbishment of a gate. And the Emir came as well as many other people, and with his arrival was his entire entourage of the trumpeters and the singing and the dancing, and to me that will always represent a bit of the tradition of Nigeria, the proudness, and it's very special for me to have been able to experience that, as well as seeing the rest of the gates and going out to the plateau in Taraba and seeing just the natural beauty out there as well.
You appear to me to like a tourist enthusiast. You like sceneries, you like visiting places and all that. Now when it comes to tourism, does the United States of America have any intention in investing in the Nigerian tourism industry, or do they have some kind of bilateral relationship in that sector?
Not that I'm specifically aware of in terms of directly with tourism, but I'm sure that there are some places that we're not aware of. I know that in the past we have sponsored exchange programs for people either working at various libraries or museums to go travel to the U.S. to see how we have organized our museums. Our Civil Rights Museum, for example, is one that I can think of, where the National Museum down in Lagos, they had gone for a trip to see how they can exchange their displays and also proper preservation of some of their displays and things like that. So I know at the very least we've done some exchange programs such as those things. But in terms of maybe a state tourism board working with a Nigerian state tourism board or something like that, I'm uncertain of those. But there is in Akwa Ibom, I know that the governor there is working with a organization to increase the tourism specifically in that state as well. So I'm sure that there are things going on that the embassy isn't aware of, or that the Nigerian government isn't aware of.
It is known around the world that America is a country of dreams, where dreams are realized. And for you to have dreams, you must have talent. Not necessarily, but of course talent is very, very important. Is there some kind of program that offers Nigerians opportunity that help discover talent? Talent in terms of creativity in music, talent in terms of arts, in terms of other areas?
We have some programs that are set up that the U.S. government has that we fund and that we sponsor. Those are basically working with our various contacts within the youth councils and organizations, or within the government, or within civil society and education. And they're very specific in terms of what the programs are. But in terms of something like a Big Brother or an American Idol or something like that, if you're thinking of something like that.
But if I may comment, like some kind of cultural exchange programs.
We do have some of those, yes. But they're not something that's simply just open public-wide, because we don't have the capacity ourselves to handle a program, because while we are a large embassy here, we're not that large, and there's not that many of us, and funding, and we just have to be pragmatic with spending U.S. government taxpayer dollars as well for these programs. So yes, there are programs, but they're probably not as well known as they could be or should be, but some of that's also because we just don't have the capacity to be able to handle.
All right, so Deborah, if I may ask you, what is your Nigerian experience or your Nigerian memory that you think if you take back home is worth the while your stay in Nigeria?
I really would say just the people, the Nigerian people themselves, very, very vibrant, very friendly, very outgoing, very welcoming. I really have a very positive image of Nigeria and my experience here. I think just the Nigerian people are amazing people, and they're wonderful, and they have so much as going in terms of just as people in the capital that Nigeria is going to be a fun country to watch in the coming decades, years and decades, to see what happens here.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, this is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show with Deborah McClean, the U.S. Embassy here in Nigeria's media officer. He's in charge of the media relations and media activities here in the U.S. Embassy in Nigeria. This is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. If you're just joining us, well, next week is another day, but here we're with Deborah McClean. McClean, what is your last word on this program for Nigerians and U.S. living in Nigeria?
I really would have to say that for us here at the U.S. Embassy that have the opportunity and the privilege to live and work here representing the U.S. government, but also experiencing Nigeria itself, it's a wonderful country. It's a friendship that we value, a strategic partner that we value, and it's been my pleasure being here in Nigeria.
Yeah, for those who do not understand what Nigeria is, who are scared of coming to Nigeria in terms of investment, in terms of relationship, what is your word to them?
That obviously there are some risks here. I'm not going to sugarcoat at the same time and say that there aren't some risks here in Nigeria, but there are also lots of benefits and lots of positives here that I think also in the end outweigh the risks.
Yeah, this is Nigeria. Like in other parts of the world, across the world, there are risks. But when you look at risks and you look at benefits and you look at the values of what you gain coming to Nigeria, the risk is immaterial. Anywhere you are around the world, the risk of life follows you, not only in Nigeria. This is Welcome to Nigeria Television Talk Show. See you next week. Bye for now.
Welcome to Nigeria, the land of the people.